I'm back in Hubert Leaves and Bucci. Let's start with you, Steve. What kind of legacy did Jack Hughes establish for himself, not only by scoring that game-winning and gold medal goal, but also the strong performance that he had throughout the entirety of the tournament?
Well, I think he's an interesting guy to start with. I think people were somewhat surprised he made the final roster, and not because of his talent or lack thereof, because he would have to play on a bottom six, meaning a third or fourth line. And that's not easy for top line players. Might not be on the first power play. He's a center iceman. Could he adjust to playing the wing? Jack's been hurt a lot. Hasn't now come up clutch in big playoff situations. The Devils haven't provided those kind of opportunities. So I think it's another feather in the cap of Bill Guerin, the general manager, who put this team together, these are all all-star, superstar players, but you can't have all all-stars. You can't have all first-line players playing on the first line. So Hughes has to slide down and play that role. Guerin took some heat for putting JT Miller and Vincent Trocheck on as penalty killers and face-off specialists. And the U.S. didn't allow a single power play goal the entire tournament. Think about that for a second. So the compilation of this roster, I think full marks to Bill Guerin, the general manager. And Hughes, again, who was not a sure thing for this particular team, he makes Guerin look pretty smart.
Yeah, Jack Hughes drips with charisma. He's got a Hollywood smile. He's dating a Canadian pop singer right now. He's got so much buzz to his game. He was electric throughout this men's ice hockey tournament, an absolute star, and it was great to see him shine in this big moment. And that iconic photo that we showed there with the bloody mouth, the teeth, the flag draped over, and the fist, really cool.
Teeth are overrated, apparently, because, that goal will be remembered forever. Jack Hughes, 86 in the Canadiens. Johnny, after the game, we heard the players. They all talked about their brotherhood, their bond, in a game in which they were outshot 42-28 and still prevailed. What did Team USA prove to the hockey world with that win?
Well, they were already a Goliath coming in, David. I watched the game again without all the patriotism and emotion I had during it, watching with my son Jack. It was so cool to be a fan. I don't really have favorite sports teams anymore. I feel like I should kind of play it down the middle, but I was a fan today and it felt amazing. And what they showed, USA Hockey, is that they're at top of the mountaintop right now. USA won the World Championship for the first time in forever last spring. The women won the gold. The sled hockey team is always good. We just had back-to-back World Junior Championships. So USA Hockey, we've heard USA Basketball a lot over the years. Well, there's also a corporation and federation called USA Hockey. Their job is to grow the game. 1980 was their rocket launch. And since then, they have learned and slowly learned how to create, international superstars. And they've done that. Eichel, Jack Hughes, Austin Matthews, these high draft picks. USA Hockey arrived a little bit ago, but today was the day where all of it came together. The entire plan came together. They are now a superpower on par with Canada.
Yeah, I would agree. The days of, little brother or taking a back seat, when you have twins, as I do, maybe one's born a minute later, but that's about it. That's about the difference. And, I'm not sure there was a favorite going into this one. In fact, the U.S. women were a favorite against the Canadian women, but amongst the men, I don't think there was a favorite going in. And listen, quite honestly, I would have liked to have seen Sidney Crosby play in the game. I think if you're beating Canada, you want to beat Canada at their best, and that's with Sid. But overall, it's a tremendous victory for American hockey, and it's great to see the old-timers and the pride of the red, white, and blue bursting through. Brett Hull, Chris Chelios, more modern guys like our own TJ Oshie, all taking to social media and firing away. And really big picture, listen, the NHL, they love what Olympic hockey brings them. They don't love the risk, right? And the idea being, can we promote the sport by having our best on best? And so the risk of that is a Sidney Crosby, and we'll see how injured he is. And if he can't play in a gold medal game, he must be pretty hurt. Well, will these casual fans who all love this game today, will they tune in Wednesday when the NHL plays again? So that's the really big picture. But, as a proud American like Butch, you're just so happy for those guys, the men and the women and all the people behind the scenes. Our own Torts on the bench for the Americans, too, was great to see. And so what a day. I also watched it with my kids. It was just explosive fun. It was great.
Yeah, it was tremendous in every direction. So Jack Hughes, Connor Hellebuyck, and the rest of those whiskey drinkers, as Mike Sullivan calls them, making some history today in Italy. And now, as you said, they need to get on planes because the NHL season starts up again on Wednesday. Hey, guys, so great to have you bringing insight, dimension, context to what was a tremendous day for U.S. hockey. We should have known 60 minutes wasn't going to be enough to decide this one. Sunday was the third straight final between the U.S. and Canada to go overtime. In 2010, it was Sidney Crosby with the golden goal. Last year at the Four Nations, it was Connor McDavid. Today, Jack Hughes delivering the U.S. its first men's hockey gold since 1980. He was just a wall between the pipes, 41 saves against Canada, the most in a gold medal game all time. Hellebuyck, elite all-tournament, allowing just 6 goals in 5 games.
And I cannot think of anyone better to help further contextualize the excellence we saw Sunday than one Linda Cohn. Sure, Connor Hellebuyck is the NHL's reigning MVP, Linda, but to have this performance on this stage is otherworldly. So what stood out to you most in this gold medal game?
Let's not forget his assist on the golden goal. Oh, by the way, the only goalie in Olympic history, by the way, to have 40 or more saves and an assist in a game. But what stood out, I'm just so happy for Connor Hellebuyck. He has been beleaguered, meaning, yeah, he's the reigning Hart Trophy MVP. He's won Vezina after Vezina. Yeah, but those are regular season honors, right? He changed the narrative. He changed his legacy with this performance. It was incredible, and he's one of the nicest guys in the National Hockey League. And of course, I'm biased. I love goalies. I was a goalie, but he's just a good guy. I mean, his resume is amazing. He also wrote a children's book. I mean, Connor Hellebuyck, a name to remember. And yes, you're right, Trevor. It will always be remembered.
Yeah, it was redemption. It definitely was. The guy was pulled 3 times in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year, Elko. Took some heat for not coming up big at the biggest moments. I'd say he put that storyline to rest for good. All right, so 3-on-3 in overtime to decide the gold medal. Your thoughts on that format?
I'm in the minority. I love it. You heard me. If you can't win in regulation, you have an opportunity. Canada had an opportunity to win in regulation. I don't want to hear crying about the 3-on-3 after you couldn't find a way to put the puck in the net in regulation when you dominated the Americans. You couldn't get it done. You face it with 3-on-3. And I tweeted out before the overtime, I said on paper, Canada is built for 3-on-3s with McDavid, McKinnon, McCarr, throw in Macklin Celebrini if you want. But game's not played on paper. I mentioned you needed a miracle. They just were talented, and they just took advantage of their opportunities. And how about Jack Hughes? He made the play, played a 200-foot game. He back-checked on Connor McDavid, went the other way, poke-checked it to Zach Werenski, who totally knocked down Nathan McKinnon and had that great pass to Jack Hughes for the fabulous golden finish to win it for the Americans. 3-on-3, love it. It brings out the speed and the skill of these incredible hockey players.
It certainly ended with a bang, that's for sure. Our goaltender, Linda Cohn, giving us some insight on the day Team USA won Olympic gold for the first time in 46 years. Elko, great seeing you again.
Great to be with you both. Thanks for having me.